Hey guys, my name is Gabby, welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to film an original book tag and just kind of a new type of video that's more like interactive with you guys. This is either going to be really fun or a complete fail. I just wanted to try something different on my channel. This video is going to be called the Save or Kill book tag. This was inspired by an idea that I saw over on Collider's channel. They're like a movie channel and they play this with actors in regards to like movie stuff, and it's just like really entertaining to watch. I thought I would make my own version of it but with books because, you know, I'm a booktuber. Basically how this game works is I'm going to give you two different books and you're going to have to choose one to save and one to kill. The one that you save gets to live on forever and the one that you kill no longer exists, and you can only save one. We're going to be playing 12 rounds, and I figured the way that we should do this is that I should just present you with all 12 rounds first, and then you can comment in the comments like which book you would save for each of the 12 like categories, and then at the end I'll give my answers so that my answers don't like persuade you, and if you don't give a shit about my answers then you can just skip that part at the end. But I just thought it'd be fun to have a more interactive video where you guys can respond in the comments, and then you can see in the comments which books people are saving over the other, and like I just thought it'd be fun. Also, if you get to a round where you haven't read either of the books, you can either like pick which book you think you would like more, or you can just write NA for not applicable. I'm just a curious person and I do want to see which books people prefer over the other, and this is meant to be fun. It's not meant to be like hating on any books or anything. I just want to see. I try to like divide it up into some different genres so that we are going to get a mix of some like sci-fi and horror books and thrillers and contemporaries and stuff, so the rounds should be fair because I tried to match the books in popularity and like how much they're loved and stuff, so hopefully it'll all be even. And yeah, let's just jump right into round one. So the first round is gonna be The Sun Is Also a Star versus Everything Everything. You can only save one. Which one's it gonna be? I know Nicole Yoon is a fantastic writer, but you can only save one. Round two is going to be We Are the Ants versus Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. Both have young adult LGBT themes and they're both pretty popular. And yeah, you can only save one, so pick it. Round three is Since You've Been Gone versus The Unexpected Everything. Ooh, Morgan Matson round. Which book do you like better? Round four is Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda versus The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Really powerful young adult themes and like coming of age stories. Round five is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo versus Little Fires Everywhere. These are both Book of the Month picks that made it into their top 5 of the year, and they are both very, very powerful stories, and this is gonna be a tough one. Round six is It Ends With Us versus Ugly Love. Colleen Hoover round. Which book do you like better? These are both really sad and beautiful, but you can only pick one. Number 7 is Fangirl versus Eleanor and Park. Rainbow Rowell round. Both of these stories are probably her most popular and beloved stories, so which one do you prefer? Round 8 is Atheists Who Kneel and Pray versus Mudvayne. Sorry, I don't have a copy of Mudvayne. This is a Tarryn Fisher round, and I do feel like these are her more popular romance stories. Round 9 is The Hating Game versus Before We Were Strangers. Two pretty popular new adult romances. Round 10 is You versus The Kind Worth Killing by Peter Swanson. These are both adult thrillers and they're both awesome. Good luck. Number 11 is Bird Box versus It by Stephen King. They're both horror novels. And the last round, round 12, is After I Do versus One True Loves. Taylor Jenkins Reid round. Both incredibly beautiful romance stories. Good luck. Now that we've gone through all 12 rounds, it's time for me to share my answers, and this is gonna be real tough. First round was The Sun Is Also a Star versus Everything Everything, and this one is actually pretty easy for me because I like The Sun Is Also a Star a lot more than Everything Everything, but I know a lot of people love both of these books, so I figured I would make this a round, but for me it's easily The Sun Is Also a Star. I love Natasha and Daniel so much in this book, and Everything was just okay to me, so The Sun Is Also a Star is my pick. Next up was We Are the Ants and Aristotle and Dante, and while this is kind of a difficult round, I do have to say, I mean, We Are the Ants is my favorite book of all time, and I think most of you probably know that because I talk about it literally nonstop on this channel, so of course I'm gonna go with We Are the Ants. But I do think that this is a pretty tough round because I do have a deep love for Aristotle and Dante, and I would not want to see it not exist anymore. Round 3 was Since You've Been Gone versus The Unexpected Everything, and again, Since You've Been Gone is an easy pick for me. I enjoyed this book a lot more than The Unexpected Everything, even though Clark is everything in this book. And yeah, that's the only reason why I would be like hesitant not to kill this one. But definitely saving Since You've Been Gone. I loved this book. Next round was Simon versus Perks. To be honest, this is one of the tougher categories for me because I love both of these books so much. I just have a great love and respect for Perks of Being a Wallflower and what it was able to do, because this book is older, you know, it came out a while ago. It was like one of the first of its kind, you know, in the 1990s, and so I have to save Perks, but fuck, I love Simon. Round 5 is probably the hardest category for me, and that's The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo versus Little Fires Everywhere. This was my #1 favorite read from last year. This is a book I read in January that might end up being my favorite book of the year, and it's like, they're both so different and so good, and I don't know why I torture myself like this and how I'm supposed to just pick one, because this one deals with, you know, Evelyn Hugo and her actress lifestyle and her entire lifespan, and it's beautiful, and then this one deals with such strong messages about motherhood. I'm gonna have to go with The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo just because Evelyn Hugo is one of my favorite characters of all time, and I don't think I love any character in this book as much as I love Evelyn Hugo. Round 6 was Ugly Love versus It Ends With Us, and I think my answer is gonna be It Ends With Us. This is one of my favorite books of all time, and this is my favorite Colleen Hoover book, and nothing is gonna trump this book for me, even though I do love Ugly Love, and it's probably my second favorite, but Atlas is everything. Round 7 is Fangirl versus Eleanor and Park. I'm gonna say Fangirl because I think Fangirl is Rainbow Rowell's best book. It's one of my favorite books of all time. Eleanor and Park is a book that I think is okay, but I know that a lot of people have like a huge amount of love for Eleanor and Park, so I thought that this round would be pretty intense because these are both really popular books. But for me personally, I like Fangirl a lot better, and I just relate to Kath on a whole nother level. Round 8 is Atheists Who Kneel and Pray versus Mudvayne. It's kind of obvious just by the fact that I own this one that I'm gonna save Atheists Who Kneel and Pray, because even though I know Mudvayne is probably the more respected and loved book out of these two, Mudvayne was really sad, and I don't see myself ever being able to reread it, and it was just like, it was really good, like, don't get me wrong, but it was so sad. And so like, when I think about being able to reread a book if I save it, and like, I would love to reread this book. I love this book. I love Yara and David so much in this book. Number 9 is The Hating Game versus Before We Were Strangers, and this one is really tough because this is one of my favorite books of all time. I think this was my #1 favorite book in 2015, and this book is like so fucking cute. I'm actually currently rereading this book right now. I'm listening to the audiobook, and it's just reminding me how much I love it. I think I'm gonna save The Hating Game. I might regret this later because this is one of my favorite books of all time, but like, I'm currently rereading this right now, so it's kind of persuading my opinion. I haven't read this one in a few years, but like, don't judge me. Number 10 is The Kind Worth Killing versus You, and this one's really tough because I love both of these books so much, but I'm gonna have to go with You by Caroline Kepnes because Joe Goldberg is like literally one of my favorite characters ever. He's just so great, but this book is freaking fantastic. Next up is Bird Box versus It. Talk about a size difference, right? Like, oh my god. I think I'm gonna save It. It's such a classic, and then the movies wouldn't even exist, and I loved the movie, and like, I did enjoy this book. I mean, I think these were both like 4-star books for me, so like, but like, I love Bird Box too. I think I'm gonna have to save It. I have to save It. Pennywise. Like, Pennywise wouldn't even exist. So I'm saving It. Alright, and the last round is After I Do versus One True Loves. I don't even know. I loved both of these books so much. I was so... But then Ryan, shit, I don't know. This book really like introduced me to Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I never would have even known about this book if it wasn't for this book. I'm just gonna save One True Loves. I might deep regret this later. That was the Save or Kill book tag. What are your guys' responses? Put them in the comments. Let's talk about it. Some of these rounds were like really easy for me because I knew which ones I would pick, but some of them were really freaking hard, and I didn't think it'd be that hard to pick. I want to know, like, would you want me to make another video like this with like 12 other rounds in the future? But if you do want me to do it again, do you think that I should do it like this, where I set up the rounds in the beginning and then I give my answers at the end, and like I set up like which book is against which book? Or do you think it'd be more fun if I like drew them out of like like if I picked them anonymously on like written notes and then revealed which books were against each other. Couldn't decide how to do it for this video because I wanted the books to be like fair. I wanted them to be in the same genre, equal popularity, and you know, that kind of thing, but I don't know if I should do it like this in the future again. I would appreciate your feedback. This is just a experimental video, so thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you guys next time with a new video.